Of all the games I've done on the channel, The Fall and The Swapper stand out as examples of excellence in storytelling in video games. As I said before, they are similar in style, but their similarity goes much deeper than that. Both games tell a tight, sci-fi story with little pure exposition, relying on the players to get out of it what they will. And both indirectly ask the player much larger questions about their own existence. How? What makes these games so successful? Well, let's see if we can crack it. Spoilers incoming for both games. Nearly everyone who plays these games comes away from them with a certain feeling. They are infectious, they stick with you, haunt you, even if you aren't sure why. Both games put their protagonists into situations that subtly ask the players to think about the nature of their own existence. In The Fall, you play as an AI unknowingly awakening true sentience. While the surface story is about robot evolution, there's a deeper question asked. What is the nature of your reality, or what makes something real? Arid is artificial, but has achieved full freedom from her programming. Surely you cannot deny that she is real. But what about the AI that has a personality, but is still locked to its core programming? Is it too real, a fully sentient being? If you say no because it's still locked to its protocols, well, are we not also locked to a certain type of protocol? Our genetics, hormones, society, they all act as protocols and dictate how we live our lives. What are we besides well-oiled machines? If we ever achieve true artificial intelligence like Arid, will they cease to be products and become people? It's a philosophical question at the heart of almost all robot science fiction. And then there's The Swapper, the clone swapping masterpiece, and again on the surface it tells a nice story about someone exploring a facility that went south for some reason. There are beings that are a more communal intelligence and use a cloning and swapping mechanic to solve puzzles, and learn that the beings are far more intelligent and dangerous than previously thought. But again, look deeper. Who are you at the end of the game? You are for sure not the original body you started with, but does that matter? What makes you you? Furthermore, are we truly individuals? Why? If you are individuals, then your clones must be too, and you waste a bunch of them. Is that okay because you created them? Are they real because they too have thoughts and feelings and emotions, even if they are exactly your own? These moral quandaries are at the heart of almost all clone science fiction. So, okay, we have two great, tight sci-fi stories, but what sets them apart? Well, the fact that they're video games. And again, both these games ask you these questions through the gameplay itself, whether you realize it or not, and this is why it haunts you. It's asking you real big questions without you realizing it until after the game is finished. And it's here that both of these games shine. Video games are the best medium for storytelling, yet most games fail to capitalize on that potential. Why? Well, for one, it's hard. The developers must find a balance with their exposition, but often story is a device just to keep the gameplay mechanics moving. A game like, say, The Last of Us tells a great story, but the game plays like an interactive movie. It's set pieces built around a story, and look, there's nothing wrong with that. That game is fantastic and fun to play. It's one of the best games of the last generation. But you could separate the story and the game. The story on its own would make a good short movie, and the game itself would be a fun game, but they operate with each other, not within each other. Truly great story in games is built into the gameplay itself, and both The Fall and The Swapper are prime examples. In The Swapper, the cloning and switching mechanic forces you to make and destroy countless beings while asking you if they, based on your feelings, are individuals or not. The gameplay reinforces the story, and the story reinforces the gameplay. Likewise, The Fall forces the player to constantly put their main mission in danger in order to survive. In doing so, the player is actively circumventing the protocols of their AI, which is what leads to its full awakening. Again, this is story and gameplay being completely intertwined. So here's my point. The best video game stories are the ones that can only be effectively told through the medium of video games. If you read The Swapper as a book or watched The Fall as a show, you would think it was pretty good. And then you would forget about it. It would not affect you personally, but as a video game, you are in direct control of the questions these games are asking you. It asks the question directly to you, bypassing everything and going straight to your heart. This is the true potential of video game stories, and these games do it right. Games like these are rare, and that's okay. Not every game has to be some storytelling masterpiece. But when games like this do come out, they deserve our attention. They show the potential of this relatively new medium. A lot of people heap praise on stories of cinematic games, and sometimes rightfully so. But I love the games that step outside that box and become examples of the uniqueness of the medium. Both The Fall and The Swapper do so by asking their player directly questions about their reality, not with text, but with design. It's like they always say, actions speak louder than words, and these games are deafening. Thank you for joining me, and remember, if you can't say anything nice... Hey guys, thanks for watching. So what do you think? Do you agree, or am I just a blowhard trying way too hard to sound smart? Do you know any other games that seamlessly weave story and gameplay? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, please feel free to like and subscribe and share and all that good stuff. And let's get the conversation rolling. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.